When you suspect fraud in your organization, deciding what to do with the alleged perpetrator can be a very difficult decision. Oftentimes, the first reaction is to want to terminate the employee, but I wouldn't recommend that course of action. Suppose that the assumption of guilt is later found out to be incorrect. But think about this. There's also advantages to keeping the employee around. And I know that sounds crazy, but an employee has a duty to cooperate with a lawful investigation. That makes conducting interviews and obtaining records to prove the fraud far easier. Ideally, the suspect doesn't know they're a suspect until sufficient evidence has been reasonably developed. It's at that point that we want to conduct an admission-seeking interview of the suspect. An admission-seeking interview is a way to obtain a legal admission of the wrongdoing. Once the employee has been notified that they're the subject of an investigation, it's wise to go ahead and restrict their access to anything within the company. The worst cyber threats don't come necessarily from outside of the company, but rather internally from employees. So a disgruntled employee can wreak havoc in seconds to information systems. One final thought when you suspect that you've got fraud in your organization, and that is to contact your insurer. It's not something that most people think about right away, but the failure to put your insurer on notice can void your coverage. Most policies have a 30 or 60-day provision to notify your insurer when you think that you have a problem, and that can be very different than when you know that you have a problem.